Alright, hello internet, welcome back to Stasis.
Alright, we got force fields going nuts.
Yeah, remember we killed that robot last time with the defibrillator?
Yeah, we did.
Ah, yeah.
So we picked up a high temperature slug gun out of a, and a bottle of liquid nitrogen.
Warning.
When you say slug gun,
Like a rivet gun, I think.
oh, it fires slugs, okay. Not like slugs.
It's a legitimate question at this point. We've seen so much bioengineered crap.
Also, I'm pretty sure, so there's this power pad here that gives it power to our tools when we stand on it, and this is going to be a mechanic that carries us through the rest of the game. Also, I don't think that's how any of this works.
Oh man, that tiny CGI explosion.
That's really loud.
By the way, I'm fond of those retractable hallways if I didn't mention it last time.
Oh yeah, those are cool.
That's a legitimately nice touch.
Yeah, it really has the medical vibe. Anyway, there's gonna be a lot of reading in here.
Oh boy. Who's first?
I love the reading.
Aimless peregrination.
Yeah, so this is a hybrid lab, just full of dying hybrids.
Mad? I don't know.
Yeah, sure. Oh, Francis, I still lay awake at night thinking of you. You haunt my dreams, my nightmares, and my fantasies. We found love, dear, and then we worked in Kane's Sydney lab, creating viral strains that could turn a human inside out, and we loved, made love. I was a match made in heaven. We worked on the most exciting viruses and pathogens. Our work together was a Mozart requiem, a piece of perfection. My work now is a pale imitation of what it used to be. Oh, Francis.
Oh.
Was your motivation Space Alabama?
I don't know. How long was it now? It must have been 10 years, but it feels like only yesterday. You were too sick to transfer to the Groom Lake when I did. You died just as I took up my post. But don't fret, my angel. I've begun concocting a way of bringing you back to life. I always called you my little Frankenstein. Don't you remember?
All this so there could be a mad scientist, orgy?
I mean, that's basically what happened on this station.
So far, not even Dr. Malan knows what I'm doing. Each major laboratory operation I perform takes no more than an hour, and I always erase the machine records at the end of each one. I'm using your DNA, my darling. With the enhanced regenerative capabilities of the genetic material we already synthesized for Project Scene, you will be reborn. But you will be impervious to physical degeneration, immune to sickness and pain, and I'll have what I wanted, and you'll be perfect. And when you step healthy, unblemished, and reconstituted from a glass womb.
Thank you, Scarlett O'Campin.
Things have felt strange recently. My work continues, I swear, darling Francis. I can feel you watching me, trying to work longer hours to get the new and reborn you. Marvin has had a look at some of my work. I don't know what he's trying to achieve anyway. I still wonder, my darling, why you cursed me as you died. You know it was an accident. I know you know that. It wasn't murder. I never committed murder. Even when we tested that pathogen on those troublesome neighbors. It was an experiment. How were we supposed to know they were gonna choke to death on their own innards? I suppose my death was a possibility, but that's a choice. I fear for your continued life, but I'm afraid Dr. Malan knows. Who else knows? Have they contaminated you? I will run extra tests in your code to make sure you're not flawed or altered in any way. I've started scratching my arms badly. At this rate, I may look like that leprous Toad Backman. Oh, my dearest Francis, I have failed you. Milan knows. He confronted me about it directly. He wants you to be just like them. I cannot have you crawling on all fours like some dog in the street. The very idea offends me. I will protect you with my life. You will be reborn. I swear on my life.
Well, she lasted a lot longer than anyone in any other department.
Okay, now this terminal actually has very important plot information.
Alright, I'm on it. Lana.
Keep an eye on the names.
Subject's host, Tara McCormick, First Lieutenant, Marine Liaison. Rambunctious. Subject appears to have inherited her mother's powerful physical build and latent aggression. Lana has the makings of an excellent alpha female candidate. Recommendation: move Lana to a group cell, as isolation appears to promote irritability.
Alpha female, huh?
Daryl. Host, Willow Brody, Nurse, Medical Deck. Quiet but intelligent, attempted to pick the lock in a cell yesterday but failed to escape. Excellent puzzle-solving skills, and while not especially aggressive, has a strong build. A thinker, clearly. Frederick. Marie Maxwell, non-crew member, caterer from Phobos. Subject has little of his mother's solid frame, but is a superb hunter, stalks and learns tactics by observing the others. Appears to be developing a strong tactical mind.
Huh.
Nay. Ellen Marachek, space tourist. One to watch. Cunning, extraordinarily fast and dangerous. Appears to prefer isolation as attempted pairings result in fatalities. Takes an alpha role easily, dominates the other novae. A definite candidate for Lana's mate.
So you remember our name?
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's no good. Space tourist.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's our wife. Curse of the King Corporation. Also some good ambience in here.
Yeah. Also, well-timed screams. I like it.
Yeah. I think there's a stinger that pops up specifically when you open the Ellen Marachek thing.
Yeah, I
Oh,
figured.
sure.
Bone adhesive.
Quick drying. Like you want from a bone adhesive.
Yeah, you want that irreversibly applied as soon as possible.
So I don't know how I feel about the design of that specimen on the table. It's a little...
Yeah, they're not great.
It's a little bit like Roswell Gray, you know?
Yeah. They look a little different than that, but like cuz they've got like I don't know, like 28 vertebrae or something. So anyway, we use this glue in a really stupid way.
And what else is new, right?
So remember that each of these power cells had a lock in it? Or like an embossing?
Sure.
So we pour the glue in there and we get the imprint and we stick that on the twisted metal and now we have a key.
It's not for that.
Yeah, it's for sticking bones together.
They could have just called it adhesive. Why was it bone adhesive?
Because it's in a lab, I don't know.
Just to make it a little more
They
morbid
have that
with
in labs.
all the writhing. Ugh. What terrible motivations. She accidentally killed her virologist crush, so she had a psychotic break. Seemed like she probably had it beforehand.
Yeah, I think so.
She really loved that love in front of the virology tanks or whatever horrible, horrible thing they were doing.
Oh, that's no fun to listen to.
Yeah, I don't know why the crackling just gets really bad here.
I prefer it to the screams.
Oh, don't worry, there's gonna be plenty of those.
More of them? Great. Oh, birthing
Back to the
lab.
birthing lab.
That's not the same place we just were.
No, we were in the fetus zone.
Step into the fetus zone.
It's like that part of the bodies exhibit they let you skip. Ooh boy. So what, we're just taking everyone off life support now?
Yeah, I mean, they weren't exactly having a great life.
Ugh.
Don't make me get philosophical. Wherein John Marachek says things to make himself feel better.
Hey, call back to the song from the beginning of the game.
Don't worry.
So,
Just in case you were wondering. For some reason the hybrids are still alive. I guess they're on a different power cell.
yeah. That makes
Probably.
sense.
Also that bloated fetus.
They definitely seem to care more about the subjects than the hosts.
Alright, that's an okay moment, if a little trite in how it got there.
Also really punishing if you haven't been paying too much attention to what's going on.
Yeah.
How you mean?
Very, very abrupt. If you don't realize that,
Yeah.
that's who was in that chair.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not saying I wasn't paying attention. I've been here the whole time.
Okay, was that his daughter or wife?
That would be his wife.
Okay. They could use a less ambiguous than
Oh God,
less
what?
ambiguous. Whoa.
So I think that's a hologram. Yeah. Anyway, there's 2 PDAs in this room.
Can someone
Okay.
turn off the Jacob's Ladder button?
No, turn
also
it up
look at
more.
these-
I need to forget.
Look at these retro 70s computers
Come take it all away from me.
with their spaced reel-to-reel recording.
Hey, sometimes the old ways are the best ways.
Yeah, I could hold
No.
the whole 90 megabytes on that tape.
Look how much those are functioning, how much this hologram is not.
How could you do this?
Isn't it already ruined at this point? What's this guy even threatening us for?
I think he's got the sort of Bioshock thing going on. You will not mess with the remaining 2% of my plans.
What do you know about Rebecca?
Yeah, especially since we kind of wrecked the ship and everybody's gonna die in a couple hours.
I'm running into the problem with his mouth again.
Yeah.
Also, I think he's. This is apparently a universe where there wasn't any Ebola outbreak that the news freaked out about.
Huh.
Because I guess it took until the 24th century for them to eradicate Ebola.
All about your wife. You are accountable.
Jan, his signal, John. We need to hurry.
What?
We're close.
No, he had important exposition. Stop.
No. We're gonna keep going. Gotta mess with that wigglegram.
So anyway, I need 3 batteries for this table.
Okay.
Because it has a laser scalpel on one side.
And we're powering it up?
Yeah.
Is that the most efficient way to kill this person? I feel like
I think they were trying to do like a vivisection or something.
maybe, but like if only we had a gun in our inventory.
Yeah, some kind of high-powered rivet gun. Well, there's no special spots where we can use tools in this room.
This cannot be the most humane way to do this.
Well, that wasn't in what he was intending to do anyway.
What?
Turns out this might be a very powerful laser.
Yeah, no shit.
They use this for surgeries?
It didn't go through
There's a
the...
hole in the door.
How did it not go through the table? Your turn, Kevin.
I guess they must flash it on.
Oh, you get the
Malan.
doctor. No
Oh,
fair.
Dr. Malan.
The new year begins, the wheel turns, and the Groomlight continues to lead the vanguard of scientific discovery for all humankind. Yet I feel dissatisfied. Even as the peons who work under me celebrate the new year, I wonder why. Why would you celebrate such an asinine concept as an outdated Gregorian calendar on a ship that's currently swimming through the depths of space? The reason is clear: comfort. They fear the unknown, the alien, the impossible. I do not. I embrace the unforgiving cosmos with open arms. The problem with the research we do is the humans doing it, constrained as they are by conscience, remorse, and sometimes even fear. We try to grasp the infinite and give it a framework that ill fits its cosmic splendor. This is my 10th year as Special Projects Director for Kane Corporation.
And no one realized?
Despite my discoveries and quest for knowledge, I'm held back at every turn by paperwork, moralizing scientists, and that group of degenerate toadies I sit on the board with. If I were rid of them, my word would be God, my word, not the word of a corporation. Still, they have their uses. The research is funded by Kane, and the Grim Lake is kept running by the money and personnel. But the time will come when all this changes. You mock my words.
How do you go 10 years without them realizing you're like this?
I think they
I think
did.
no, I
maybe?
think they did. I think that's why he's out here.
He's still
And he gets
producing.
results.
I'm inundated with emails from all departments about inconsistencies with storage and contaminated samples. This grand masquerade is sometimes more tedious than it's actually worth. Worst of all was Dr. Way and that technician, Miss Callister, is it? I normally make short work of such troublemakers, but it hardly seems worthwhile. Troublemakers must be allowed to make trouble, because if they disappear, that legitimizes their claims, and someone will always take up the fallen Crusader's torch. Dr. Backman's tendencies are becoming harder to restrain. I'm well aware of his shortcomings. The old man is about as brilliant as he is deranged, yet manages to go about his work with a sociopathic glee. He's useful to have around. He's requested more bodies for seed, specifically more women who were recently pregnant. That is problematic, as we have few such women on board, and imports are not easy to come by. We have to play this one under the radar. That fool Dr. Gray complained again about his beloved insects becoming more aggressive as a result of the power outages. So what? Let them spill out onto the decks as far as I'm concerned. The importance of seed outranks the hydroponics project work by 1,000 to 1. I do like playing chess with Dr. Gray, of course. I win every time, a little fact he's unlikely to tell anyone, although he does seem quite happy to contact anyone who's interested with the opinion he'd be the next best candidate for my job. Sebastian, you could not handle what I do. If you believe otherwise, then you're as great a fool as I imagine you to be. When the day that I foresee comes, your rotting corpse will be under my feet, and I will laugh. Ha ha ha. Dr. Williams is under the delusion that I don't know about her personal research. Officially, it's illegal for staff to conduct their own research, but this is interesting. Recreating her dead lover in the form of a hybrid? How fascinating. If it works, I'll make use of it. If it doesn't, then it'll burn with the rest of the subjects. The woman is obsessed, and I know that DeSantos is playing no small part in feeding her delusions. I know her secret research won't cause me any problems. So it seems contaminated waste from the corpse disposal overfill. Really? It's contaminating the ship. It's causing fungal growths, or so my various drones tell me. The fungus is a riveting proposition, though. While I'm angry at Dr. Backman for terminating more subjects than strictly necessary, these unintended side effects are fascinating. I intimated as much to Dr. Gray, and of course stroked his ego with hints of promotion and glory. He'll keep the fungus alive. The engineers want to destroy it, but I'm sure we can delay that. This experiment is becoming more engaging by the day, and I haven't even had to lift a finger. So while they clog up my inbox with demands and Rome burns, I plan to pay violin.
What the fuck?
We're more than secure here anyway, and this is a certain inevitability about it. I must record the daily developments. It is as I saw, panic, destruction, and mayhem, and yet seed continues apace. Once the fervor and the flames die down, we'll sweep the decks of detritus and repurpose all of it for my beautiful hybrid creations. No more growing plants for the good of mankind. God is no longer in the machine, my friends. I am God. My beautiful children have excelled themselves.
Merry Christmas.
They kill, they learn, they adapt. A primal species without any trappings of morality. It's their time now. They almost came to be once, many years ago, but were snuffed out by humanity, afraid of its natural successors. The systematic extermination was given a name, the Eugenics Wars. The public knew it as corporate warfare. In truth, it was a coordinated genocide. Humanity wasn't ready for Professor Guerin's astounding discovery and sought to destroy it. His work was not perfect, of course. That's where I came in.
Who is he writing this for?
I spent most of my life as part of Kane, trying to access Professor Guerin's original work. Old man Kane pushed me to the top because he shared an ideal, the utilization of science for the perfection of humanity. Where we differed were the methods by which this was to be achieved. Not that he had much more to say after I held that pillow to his face as he lay in his hospital bed. Higher purpose. Creation of our species from raw subjects will become impossible now that the crew are dead, dying, or unclean, but that's hardly an issue. Any subjects who were flawed or imperfect have been turned into fertilizer for the perfection of the surviving race. Now the challenge is moving the Grim Lake out of range of any other ships. No one can be allowed to escape this ship alive. Any good, strong survivors will become members of the new race. I am their creator. I control. I transcend. DeSantos, I'm so very disappointed in you. A distress signal? I thought we were of one mind here in Seed. I'll castrate and destroy you for this betrayal. Your flawed body is hardly worth becoming one of my children, but for now I must turn off this accursed signal. You cannot hide from me, Marvin, you drug-peddling little fuck.
Okay, let's talk good villain writing. No, wait, we have another PDA.
Lincoln.
Matt, I guess?
I've been reassigned to investigate the disappearance and murder of 2 scientists in the employ of Dr. Malan. Very strange matter to be sure. I've been observing the movements of some of these eggheads. I can't say I'm too impressed. Doesn't anyone around here record their comings or goings or take any notes? There's no traditional organization in this department whatsoever. Project Seed answers to nobody. This I know. But I thought these scientific types always made notes. Not that I care much about the admin, but I very much care about who's selling weapons-grade secrets. Industrial secrets are a matter of life and death, especially in my case. The investigation will be thorough, no stone will be left unturned. The staff here are strange, and in fact, I'd say lots of them are even crazy, but I couldn't care about that. I just want names and answers. I got this job because I get things done, not because of my warm and caring personality. At the moment, I'm taking umbrage to my investigation. Security is a constant, essential part of shipboard life, and while we're talking about industrial espionage, I'm not sure what the 2 missing scientists are, but it seems, based on the modified records I found, they were killed and ejected into space. I don't buy that. As far as other subjects go, I've ruled out Charlotte Williams and Marvin DeSantos. Charlotte because she doesn't know where she is half the time, and DeSantos because he's a smirking shit for brains.
True.
I'm confident that he's involved in drug peddling. I'll give him that, but he's cautious and acts like a real ladies' man. I've seen the truth. I've seen him rejected multiple times at the bar. Since July, I've had to operate under the pretense that I'm an assistant. It's lucky career that I have some emergency room experience. The only other person who knows my true purpose is Dr. Malan. He's been encouraging, constantly supplies me with information that I require for my investigation. At times, he's a little over-helpful. Still, he seems honest enough. For the record, I'm aware of the kind of man Dr. Malan is. I've seen his experience with my own eyes. I've seen what happens when the bodies are disposed of, and what's required to justify the means. Few men in this world will do what he's done. For that, I admire him. He told me to watch over Dr. Williams' experiments. It seems they're unofficial. I prepared a report to Kane to have her removed from her position, but Dr. Malan immediately overrode my request. I respect him, but to be honest, I don't like having my authority overruled.
Man, DeSantos is a goddamn hero compared to the rest of these people.
Backman, according to all people, was sniffing around today. It seems the old psychopath suddenly became curious. Dr. Malan, for further instructions, had told me to incapacitate the old man. This I did. A shame I had to break the old guy's kneecaps, honestly. I was hoping to slit his throat, but Dr. Malan insisted he remain alive. Alive and in pain, but unable to move. I'm revising my earlier opinion of this DeSantos character. I think he's a pathetic little shit, but now I know he's responsible for some of the stolen information. He strikes me as an amateur put up to this by an outside agent. I'll deal with DeSantos soon. But first I gotta monitor his movements. Make one move, pal, and I'll have you. Dr. Malan has embarked for one of his experiments. I know this because when I attempted to leave the ship to report to Kane Corp, I discovered that my access was restricted and blocked. I came back to my quarters and found Dr. Malan waiting there. He was waiting with two of those hellish critters he's created. I'm not squeamish, but those things make me nauseous. I'm currently awaiting what he calls processing. I suppose at this stage I should make peace with God. I've killed many men in my life, and I'll say that I feel remorse for this.
Wow.
I won't give Dr. Malan the satisfaction of hearing me pray for mercy. My last notes are that Dr. Malan himself is at the heart of the events on board the ship. I was blind to it. I refused to believe that he was capable of such devastation. I was not the scientist-like control, but Malan breaks all the rules as far as science is concerned. The leaked information, the fungal growth, the missing scientists I'm suspecting, even DeSantos knew he was selling intelligence, and he may have been feeding him the information to sell. To what end, I don't know. I suspect it's because DeSantos kept Bachman shrugged to the eyeballs with whatever stimulants he could have so Bachman could get back to his work. At least the machines... I hear the machines being turned on. I welcome my fate. At least I know that I did my job for the Kane Corporation.
Is he sitting on the operating table, writing that PDA?
Who are any of these for?
We saw the stuff from Bachman and DeSantos before.
That's kind of the ongoing question for this entire game.
Warning. The environmental control
Okay, that's actually kind of a pleasant voice.
has been compromised. Please report to the visitor center for further instructions.
Okay, so compelling villain writing, right?
That seemed fine.
It was better than fucking the scientist from the last episode.
What, Bachman?
Yeah, who talked about the alleged rapes.
See, like, Bachman makes sense as, like, a first act villain. He's an irredeemable sociopath that the hero is thrown towards in order to sort of feel morally superior. The final villain is supposed to be, like, a bad guy who thinks he's doing the right thing.
And Dr. Malan is, like, kind of a vast exaggeration of that. Anyway, here's a bunch of dead hybrids.
Yeah.
Right. But what I'm saying, you're supposed to, like, see the turning point where a good man turned bad in the pursuit of good.
I think, yeah, and I think that part of the story happened a long, long time ago.
Right, we weren't there for that.
He's just now he's at the point of he's at the point of I am God.
Yeah.
I have solved all the problems.
And as a result, we're kind of just like, all right, point me to the magic button that kills him.
Yeah.
What do I use on what to kill Dr. Malan?
Combined gun with bullet.
Oh, you'll be
Combined
surprised.
bullet with Malin.
Am I going to be surprised or am I going to be disappointed?
Am I going to be upset?
I think you'll be surprised.
I'm going to be upset.
Calling it now, huh?
Yeah, I'm calling it now.
I will tell you that whatever you think it is, it's not.
Alright, we're going to bring back that dancing hologram from before. And cram it down his throat.
Anyway, remember the halothane hepatotoxicity?
Yeah, the one that fucks up your liver.
Yeah, so he basically been drugging us the whole time we've been in here.
And it just now worked. At
Yeah,
least
well,
it's
as
not
we stepped
as...
in there, remember the computer said that the air system was compromised.
It's not as dumb as Gordon Freeman, at least.
Ah, great, we're getting outlasted.
You were actually the perfect hybrid all along.
If this is Outlast, when's he gonna try and take the circular saw to our dingus?
I know this one's different. And loading screens.
know why you're here.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Bullshit!
Listen, Malan.
Dr. Malan.
Let's discuss this rationally.
There are 3 living people.
I'll see you soon, Mackenzie. Give my regards to your Mr.
Give my regard.
Sneaky bastard. Not to worry, I can speed up this little family reunion.
What have you done? Rebecca.
She's right.
The Stargate?
A Stargate, yeah. Or that thing from the Avengers.
Anyway, this part makes the least sense to me.
Mr. Manajek. Now let me return the favor.
This is a lot of work for revenge against this guy. It seems like he was preemptively planning this revenge in case he woke up.
I'm off to deal with Judas.
Yeah, no, this part's this part doesn't make a lot of sense to me.
Oh, this is no good. Well, I'm deaf now.
Yeah, they got pretty loud, huh?
Yeah, I fixed those as much as I could.
Oh, we have to pick it up too.
John?
Yeah, well, we gotta test the DNA.
Let's see, so the standard comeuppance for someone like Malan is his own monsters get him.
Yeah, man, I wish that's what happened.
That's like the usual, right?
Yeah.
So if it's not that,
What the hell was this?
it was a vivarium.
Into the scanner.
I'm living in a nightmare. I can't do this. I just can't do this.
Don't have a choice. Lan is a monster. We need to find Ellen. We need to put Rebecca's blood into the scanner. Now!
So, humanity's fine, right? Like,
Yeah.
outside the ship?
As far as we know. Like, they were on John and his family were on vacation.
And, like, if we kill Dr. Malan, we save, like, some lives.
Get out of there.
The stakes don't seem super high, though.
Dispose of biological
I guess they're...
material for processing
He's gonna
and
Hulk the ship and wait for the next ship to come try to save them or investigate?
Well, remember again, Taya said that there was one evac shuttle that was ready to go.
Sleep now, my angel.
Anyway, we're gonna throw ourselves into the garbage.
Ah, classic.
The Phasma
And we will
maneuver.
see you next time.
See you in the garbage chute, folks.
See ya.